Hello students. So today we are going to study the 10th Science A second chapter, periodic classification of elements. This is lecture number 4. Now in this lecture we are going to study the modern periodic table. In previous lecture we studied the Mendeleev's periodic table. Now the next topic is modern periodic table. So Henry Moseley gave a new property of elements, atomic number, and this was adopted as the basis of modern periodic table. Now as we studied in previous lectures, the three scientists were Dobeliner, Newland, and third one was Mendeleev. So all these three scientists, their classification was based on the atomic masses, classification based on atomic mass, and we know the concept atomic mass and atomic number. Atomic mass is number of protons and plus neutrons in the nucleus, that is their addition is called as the atomic mass, and atomic number is either number of proton or electron. Number of protons or number of electrons is atomic number. Now this fourth scientist, that is Henry Moseley, the concept of Henry Moseley depend on now atomic number and not on the atomic mass. So this is base of modern periodic table, that modern periodic table depend on the concept of atomic number, not atomic mass, and modern periodic table was given by the scientist Henry Moseley. So see the modern periodic law. So similar to the Mendeleev's periodic law, only changes the base is atomic mass in Mendeleev, and here base is atomic number. So the properties of elements are periodic function of their atomic number, and the Mendeleev's laws, properties of elements are periodic function of their atomic masses. Then position of elements in modern periodic table. So the modern periodic table consists of 18 groups and 7 periods. So as we see in the Mendeleev, 7 periods are there in Mendeleev periodic table also, but groups were 18, vertical columns were 8 in the Mendeleev, and here in modern periodic table the groups are 18 and periods are 7. So number of groups are vertical columns and periods are horizontal rows. So horizontal rows are 7, vertical columns are 18 in the modern periodic table. Elements present in any one group have the same number of valence electrons. Also the number of shells increases as we go down the group. So if we consider one group, then the number of valence electron is the electrons present in the outer shell are the valence electrons. So for suppose there is group number 1, then the number of valence electrons for all elements in the same group are same. If we consider last group number 18, then also all elements have same number of valence electrons, and the number of shell goes on increasing as we go down the group. So as we go down the group, the number of shells increases. For example, see here, we can see the structure of modern periodic table. So here these are the total 18 groups, vertical columns are there, and this total 18 are called as the groups, and these horizontal rows, 7 horizontal rows, these are called as the periods. So if we consider one group, suppose group number 1, then all elements in the group number 1 have same number of valence electrons, and as we move down in the group, the number of shells increases. The structure of, we know the structure of atom. At the center there is nucleus, and around nucleus there are shells. This is first shell, then second shell, third shell, so on. So as we move down, the number of shells increases. This is first period. In first period around the nucleus there is one shell. Then in second period, around the nucleus there are two shells. So as we move down, the one shell increases for each element. So here if we go to the seventh period, then there are nucleus, and around nucleus there are such 7 shells around the nucleus. Okay, then see the next point. Elements present in any one period contain the same number of shells, also with the increase in atomic number by 1 unit on moving from left to right. The valence shell electrons in the valence shell electron increases by 1 unit. So now this is about the period. So element in one period contain the same number of shells. So see here again table. So if we consider one period, suppose we consider fourth period, okay, then for fourth period the all elements, that is first element is here K, that is potassium, and the last element we can see here is the Kr is the krypton. So all these elements from K, that is potassium, to krypton, total elements become 18. So all these 18 elements have this structure like this nucleus, and around nucleus there are shells. So how many shells will there? So as group period number is 4, so there will be shells number also 4. So around the nucleus there are 4 shells for potassium, and also for the all elements from potassium to here krypton, that is number of shells are same for the same period. But here in case of valence electron increases by 1 unit at a time. For example, suppose potassium have one valence electron in last shell. Suppose potassium have one electron in the last shell, then the next element after potassium is calcium. So calcium will have 2 electrons in the last shell. So like this, the valence electrons increases in the last shell one by one, and number of shells are same or remain constant for each period. For fourth period, the new shells around the nucleus are 4. If we consider the seventh period, the number of shells will be 7. Then fourth point, each period marks a new electronic shell getting filled. So each period fills the new one shell. For example, we can see the table. So if we consider the first period, then in first period there is nucleus, and around nucleus there is only one shell for all elements in the first period. We can see in first period there are only 2 elements. Here hydrogen is there, and in the 18th group there is helium. So hydrogen and helium, only 2 elements in the first group, first period. So this first period complete the shell number 1. There is certain limit for electrons for each cell. So for first group, shell number 1 is complete. Then for second period, the second shell is completed or filled completely. Similarly, for third period, third shell is filled. For fourth period, fourth shell is filled. So like this, for seventh period, seventh shell is completed. So this is about the modern periodic table, some properties of modern periodic table. Okay, and here we have seen the structure of modern periodic table. There are the horizontal rows and vertical columns. Horizontal rows are total 7. These horizontal rows are called as periods. Vertical columns are there, total 18. These vertical columns are called as the groups. Now we are going to study the detailed study of these groups and periods in the modern periodic table. So the next topic, in modern periodic table, elements are arranged in the increasing order of their now atomic number in the form of table having 7 horizontal rows called periods and 18 vertical column we can say here called groups. Okay, so 7 periods and total 18 groups. So first we are going to study the periods. Total 7 periods are there. So there are 7 periods of elements as follows. First period has 2 elements, hydrogen and helium, are called very short period. So as we see earlier, the first period contain only 2 elements, here hydrogen, and at the end there is helium. This middle space is empty. So as this period contain only 2 elements, this period is called as the very short period. Okay, then second period has 8 elements, lithium to neon, called again short period. So first period is called as very short and second period is called as short period. Second period contain total 8 elements. We can see here second period total elements are 8. Here lithium, beryllium, and here boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and neon. Okay, so this 6 and this 2. So total in second period total elements are 8. Then third period has 8 elements, sodium to argon, called short period. Again third period is same to the second, total elements are 8, and this is also called as short. That is first called very short, second and third period are called as short period. Fourth period has 18 elements, K, that is potassium to krypton, called long period. Similarly fifth period also have 18 elements, rubidium to xenon, and this is also called the long period. Okay, so fourth and fifth now. So we can see in the table. So this one is fourth and this one is fifth. So this is complete period now. That is from first group to 18 group. So this total elements, if we count, this total elements become 18 in the fourth. Similarly in the fifth also total elements become 18, and therefore it is called as the long periods, fourth and fifth one. Then next is about sixth and seventh. So sixth period has 32 elements, from cesium, CS is cesium, to radon, Rn, radon, called very long period. Then seventh period has 28 elements, from francium to atomic number 112. Now see here about seventh period. As we studied in first lecture, today's known elements were 118, but here the last element is given 114. So this is correction here, that is today's known elements are 118. So as we consider 118 element, then 17th period also contain, not 28, 17th also contain the 32 elements. So the sixth period and seventh period contain both 32 elements, and these periods are called as very long period. But in periodic table, incomplete periodic table is given here. The see here last element in the periodic table having atomic number 113 is given, but we know the last element now known is atomic number having 118. So here last element will be 118. So the sixth period and seventh period contain 32 elements, and these periods are called very long period. Then see here about the seventh period, 28 elements are given, and this period is called as the incomplete period. But this incomplete was when the 118 elements were not discovered. So when there were some less elements, then it was incomplete. But today we know total 118 elements are discovered, then it is also complete. Then the 14 elements, each of 6th and 7th period, are placed separately at the bottom of table. The 14 elements of 6th period from lanthanum to lutetium are called lanthanides, and 14 elements of 7th from actinium to lawrencium are called actinides. Now here we can see it in the table. In 6th and 7th period, we can see the total elements we see here. Total elements are 18, but we studied in the previous point, that is total elements in the 6th and 7th are 32. So how this 32 becomes? So from this, these are 18 elements and remaining 14 elements are placed at the bottom of periodic table. So here we can see some elements are placed. So this remaining 14 elements from this point, here we can see the 57 is given. So from 57 the next atomic number is given 72. So the elements between these two are 14 elements, and that 14 elements are placed here. We can see here now atomic number 58, here 57 and here is 58. So 58 to 71, and then here 72 is continued. Okay, so these 14 elements are placed below the table from 6th period, and these are called as the lanthanide elements, or it is called lanthanide series. Similar case is here in 7th period also. From 7th period the atomic number is 89. So from 90 to 102, 103, these 14 elements are placed here at the bottom, and these elements are called as actinide series. So these such 14 elements are placed below the periodic table, and therefore total elements in the 6 and 7 become not 18, become 32 elements. Okay, so this is about the periods in the modern periodic table, about periods, that is such horizontal rows, 7 horizontal rows and its properties. The next topic we have to study is about groups. So the next point is the groups in the modern periodic table. There are 18 groups of elements divided into 9 main groups. They are 1 to 8, and the last one is 0. So this total 18 are classified into 1 to 8, and last one is 0. Okay, the groups 1 to 7 has 2 subgroups, each called subgroup A and subgroup B. Group 8 has 3 rows of elements, and 0 group has 1 row of element. The A subgroup elements are called normal elements, and B subgroup elements are called transition elements. So we can see in the table. So this is table now. Total groups are here 18, last one 18. Now these are classified into Roman numbers, Roman 1 to here 7, 1 to 8, and one more is there 0. So here you can see the Roman 1, so 1A, and again classified into subgroup also, A and B. So first A, here second A, then third B, fourth B, fifth B, sixth B, 7B, and here is the 8. 8 is not divided into A and B, so this one is 8. 8 contain these 3 rows. Then again first B, second B, here third A to here 7th A, and this last one is the 0. Okay, or generally it is classified from 1 to 18. Then those having this notation A, that is first A, second A, that A notation groups are called, or elements are called the here we can see the A group elements are called normal elements and the B group elements are called transition elements. So those elements in the A are normal and in the B are called transition elements. Then lanthanides and actinides are called enol transition. So as we see, lanthanides and actinides are present at the bottom, two series of 14 elements, that lanthanide series and actinide series. These are called as the enol transition elements. Group 1, that is 1A elements are called alkali metals. Group 2 elements are called alkaline earth metals. So we can see this is group number 1A and this is group number 2 or second A. So 1A is called alkali metals and second is called alkaline earth metals. Okay, so group number 1 alkali, group number 2 alkaline earth metals. Then group number 17, that is 7A elements are called halogens. Group number 18 or this is 0 are called noble gases. Again see group number 17, that is this one, or this 17 is also called 7A. So this 17, the all elements in 17 are called halogens. So which are halogens? So halogens are this one: fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and this last one is astatine. So these elements in the 17 are called halogens. Now this 18 or 18 is also called 0. So the elements in 18 or 0 are called the noble gases, or it is again another name is there, noble or inert gases. So these are called noble or inert in the 18. So which are inert gases? So inert gases are helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. So these are inert gases. So we can see again, the first A or first is called alkali, second is called alkaline earth metals, 17 are called halogen and 18 are called noble or inert gases. Okay, then next topic. In a group, all the elements have the same number of valence electrons. We studied already. Group 1 elements have 1 valence electron, group 2 elements have 2 valence electron, group 3 elements have 3 valence electron, etc. So in one group, the all elements have same number of valence electron. What is valence electron? The electrons present in the outermost shell, that electrons are called valence electron. And in one group, all elements have same number of valence electrons. Then in a period, all the elements contain same number of shells. So this point also we studied. In a period is horizontal, so all elements having same number of shells. For example, if we consider third period, then there is nucleus, and around nucleus there are 3 shells, and this is same for all elements present in a same period, that is third period. If we consider 4, number of shells are 4. So this is about the groups in the modern periodic table. So this is about modern periodic table. We studied here modern periodic law. Modern periodic table was given by Henry Moseley. Periodic law is the properties of elements are periodic function of their atomic masses. Here we studied the structure of periodic table. 7 periods and 18 groups are there. Then we studied about the periods and groups, different properties of periods and different properties of groups. Okay, so that's all for today. We'll continue in the next lecture. Thank you.